Happy?
Kingdom Hearts, a name that certainly stirs up some emotions, both for myself and I suspect a lot of other people out there. However, I imagine my reasons to be a little bit different than most. To elaborate, as a kid we had one system at a time, and my brothers and I were very much Nintendo enthusiasts at the time of the 6th gen, and so we had a GameCube. Because of this, I haven't played any of the series until now, and the Square Disney crossover has very much eluded me and is the one that got away. I would often watch my friends grace with their PlayStation 2s enjoy the series while I sat transfixed on their TVs, enamored by the pixels on screen. Fast forward to now, and I've finally experienced this unique game for myself by way of the PS4 collection, and man, do I have quite a bit to say. That's why today I'm kicking off Game Room Heroes Kingdom Hearts Anthology series. This is going to be a project I roll out over the course of 2018, and this Kingdom Hearts virgin is going to review the whole series before Kingdom Hearts 3 drops. Actually, you know, considering the Square Disney track record, I don't know if I have to worry too much about doing it all this year, but nonetheless, we're gonna go for it. So with that, here's the Game Room Hero review of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix for the PlayStation 4. Let's get started. With some kid falling from the sky and into the ocean. Turns out the vertically challenged child is a boy named Sora who lives on the Destiny Islands, a Somerset locale that his friends Riku, Kairi, and the Final Fantasy X characters call home. As you may have expected, Sora and co are the adventurous type, and this little island just ain't big enough for all of them. They're all wide-eyed, they're dead set on discovering new worlds, and they've built a small raft to take them there. All seems to be going pretty well. Tiny raft and giant ocean notwithstanding. That is until the night before send-off, where Sora's island is attacked by the Heartless. Yellow-eyed, shadowy beings that, well, lack beating hearts of their own. Luckily, as tends to be the case with these types of situations, Sora is chosen by the Keyblade, a legendary item that just so happens to deal a good bit of damage to the Heartless. But not before the island is swallowed up whole and Sora and his friends are flung far and wide. Meanwhile, at the other end of the universe, in a far-off castle, King Mickey has gone missing. But not without leaving a note for Donald and Goofy to find, explaining that the stars are going out, worlds are disappearing, and that they really need to find someone with a key, and fast. As you may have guessed, it's not long before Sora and the duo clash. And after a brief quarrel, the three set out to stop the stars from going out, find Mickey, and reunite Sora with his pals, visiting lots of Disney worlds, facing off against classic villains, and meeting the occasional Final Fantasy character along the way. There's something rather endearing about Kingdom Hearts' plot. Sora is out on his own. It's a simple quest to find his friends and save the world. Cliché as it may be, it makes these characters easy to root for, and quite frankly, it's hard not to resonate with them. While technically an RPG, puts the action-adventure elements at the forefront. The game places a lot of emphasis on its real-time combat system, so you won't find any turn-based shenanigans here. This certainly would have been a breath of fresh air to someone who played a lot of these games at the time, but in 2018, where Western-style RPGs dominate the landscape, it doesn't really stand out anymore. That said, I do feel that there is a charm to the simplicity of Kingdom Hearts' combat, even if it basically boils down to hammering on the X button for over 20 hours. On that note, this is a lengthy game. I'd wager it's a little too long actually, as by the end I was very much ready to be done. Whimsical worlds and entertaining battles be damned.
Looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
To its credit though, Kingdom Hearts does at least make an earnest effort to vary the activities. For example, you're given a gummy ship early on, which allows Sora and his friends to travel the Starscape and reach other worlds. And while they can be a little slow, I personally quite enjoyed these sections. They give players something different to do between all the hacking and the slashing, and yes, they're budget Star Fox sections, and yeah, they're nothing special, and yes, the actual building of ships is a pain that I really didn't want to bother with, and why does this not just work like Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts?
Perfect. Perfect. Perfectly infuriating!
Regardless though, they are fun enough and they serve their purpose. In addition to this, there are Dalmatians to collect, items to synthesize, as well as an entire range of optional battles and attributes to increase. Some of these activities, like the aforementioned Dalmatian collecting and the various cups to win at the Colosseum, I found pretty worthwhile. Other things like the item synthesis, on the other hand, were kind of obtuse and, well, pointless. Because, at least in my playthrough, I found plenty of powerful weapons and items just by playing the main game. Overall though, the gameplay in Kingdom Hearts remains a satisfying affair, especially if you take the time to level up your Keyblades and collect some of the optional items. From the moment you step foot on the Destiny Islands to the end credit reel, Kingdom Hearts' PS2 roots are pretty evident. That's no surprise though, the game is 15 years old at this point, and naturally, you're going to see some rough edges.
Oh, because of one mishap. Come now.
Interestingly though, on that note, between the relatively low poly count and the 4K resolution the PS4 Pro displays, the game looks pretty damn sharp in this latest incarnation. Of course, all the sharpness in the world won't hide tricks like using 2D mouths on characters outside of cutscenes, or the stiffness that can sometimes be observed in the animation.
Maybe we're missing some ingredients.
Putting aside the polygons, the game does hold up pretty well in a lot of areas. Kingdom Hearts always had something of a storybook look, and the worlds are certainly true to this aesthetic. Admittedly, the areas themselves are a little small by today's standards, but you'd be hard-pressed not to have a permanent smirk on your face while helping Pooh Bear and friends in the 100-acre wood. The soundtrack, too, is also of note. The main themes, Hikari and Dearly Beloved, are, well, beloved by fans for good reason. It's just a shame more of the music from the films couldn't be present, as many of the worlds simply loop a single piece of music to exhaustion. It's at the point where you really won't want to even hear a mention of Halloween Town for the next decade.
Nobody disrespects me! Nobody!
Or at least the 2018 holiday season. On a much brighter note though, the voice acting is, well, pretty well done for the most part, and much of the original cast from the films reprise their roles, laying a nice bit of authenticity to the proceedings. With a few notable exceptions here and there, but all in all, it puts a bow on what is already a pretty decent package presentation-wise. Kingdom Hearts was always a pretty novel concept, but having never played the series, I didn't know if the Disney Final Fantasy mashup would really hold up. The good news is that for all intents and purposes, this is a fun, albeit slightly repetitive game that remains a captivating experience both for newcomers like myself and series veterans. Kingdom Hearts gets 4 Mickeys out of 5. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, I've got loads more you can check out right there. And if I've made a good impression, consider supporting me by hitting that like button. And hey, if you're up for it, go ahead and subscribe to catch all of my latest uploads. I'd love to have you on board. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
Along the road ahead lies something you need. However, in order to claim it, you must lose something that is dear to you.